If you have not done so already, now is the time to take special care to protect and preserve important items like your passports, birth certificates, and other important documents in case of a storm. Financial expert from Achieva Credit Union and the branch manager in Estero, Mr. Kyle Mitchell, joins us now to give us some pretty important information that families in our area need to be aware of with hurricane season starting today. What is your recommendation regarding what are the most important documents that people should be really trying to hold on to and make sure they're safe?
Yeah, so definitely any documentation that you don't want to have to replace. When you think about it, you're already in a stressful situation. I've been through multiple hurricanes myself, and anything that might be shut down, if there's no internet, if there's no power, you can't get those documents from. So a lot of people think of the physical aspects. They'll stock up on water, as is evidenced by the lines before a hurricane. But once you enter that cone and it's coming, having those documents ready in a waterproof safe, in a waterproof bag potentially that can go with you should you need to take it, something that's going to protect them. So anything from identifying documents, birth certificates, to financial documents. You need your insurance documents. You don't want to be looking for those if you have to have something replaced. Financial documents, if you have financial documents where you can pull money in order to have repairs done. Those kind of things are good to have ahead of time, and it lessens the stress in the situation.
Why is it important to have these hard copies? We were discussing this. We are in a digital age. Many of our documents are already preserved online, but to your point, we've been through Ian, Irma, many hurricanes in Southwest Florida, and there's an important reason to have hard copies.
Absolutely. Personally, I have them in three spots. Typically, you can log in online, but as we've seen, there's not always a solid cell signal. Definitely Wi-Fi is an issue. I went through Irma and a lot of places were only taking cash, which means there's no connectivity, which means you won't have connectivity. Having either a hard copy, another good place to put it is pictures on your phones. Now, legally, they won't be accepted, but should you need to go find information, you can actually find those. And for most of us, the cell phone is the last thing we'll lose.
That's true. And you also were touching on cash is so important after the storm, and that makes people victims potentially of fraudsters. Talk a little bit about that and the importance of making sure that you've got proper identification after the storm.
So absolutely, having some cash on hand is a great idea. As we've touched on a second ago, through Irma and Ian, a lot of places were only accepting cash. So for example, fuel lines and things like that, they can't take anything but cash. So you need that to be mobile. However, hoarding a lot of cash can also put you at risk. Typically, after a huge hurricane, you will have construction come from all over the country. And you don't know whether they're licensed in a state. You don't know whether they're insured in a state. These are all questions that you need to ask. Typically, cash is king. It will put you at the head of the line, but it can also put you behind if something happens and you don't get the repairs that you're looking for and your cash disappears.
And what does your business do to help make sure when you've got people coming in and they are very stressed or panicked after surviving a storm and they see they've got damage, they're trying to get cash because they've got a contractor saying, hey, I'm going to help remove those trees from your property. But you are saying, hey, slow down, take a breath, and you have some safeguards in place.
Absolutely. And we see it both before and after the hurricane. So when it's coming, the 72 hours before hurricane, once it's looking like it's going to hit somewhere on the coast, we'll see people. And at Achieva, we try and help our members. So if somebody comes in and they want to take out $20,000 or $30,000 in cash, just in case, we go ahead and preemptively, we'll tell them what to look for, what to ask, what to ask these contractors, make sure that they're supposed to be here and that they have the proper licensing to do what you're asking them to do, especially if they're asking for cash and they're leaving. There's no receipt behind that. Then once we're back open, we do the same thing because you'll have folks that will come in. Insurance is not paying out as fast as they would like. They don't like the blue tarp on the roof. Nobody does. So when cash will push you to the head of the line, it's a great thing, but you have to look at what you need to ask them and what you need to double check and verify.
And so what you're saying is you actually sort of put the brakes on a bit, especially if it's a large cash withdrawal, to say, hey, what are you planning to do with it? And you're hoping that they're going to show you maybe a license from a contractor.
So absolutely. And while we're not legal experts, we do this on a day-to-day basis, even just outside of hurricanes. We just redouble our efforts because there's an extra element to that risk. But throughout the year, if you have somebody that comes in and it's large cash withdrawals, especially in this area of Florida, I'm from the Midwest originally, but you see so much fraud down here, we just take an extra step once it hits that type of a stressful situation.
That's great information. And can you touch on what renters need to know? We have a lot of people that are renting in apartments or homes. What steps should they take that would be different from a homeowner?
Yes. So renters, unfortunately, A lot of them that I see will assume that the landlord is going to take care of everything should something hit. The landlord is responsible for the building. They're not responsible for anything inside. So if you can imagine, even in an already stressful situation, it's already going to take a lot of money and a lot of cash for extra food, maybe extra daycare, maybe you're sending pets somewhere, all of that. That's where most of your drain comes. If then all on top of that, you have to replace furniture, kids' toys, kitchenware, bathroomware, it's a lot of money. Typically, renter's insurance is pretty cheap for the most part, but you do have to get it ahead of time because once you're in what they refer to as the cone and we're going to get hit, most companies will freeze that and they will not float that out. So it's better to have that ahead of time than have to replace thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars of inside your home.
So now would be the time if someone doesn't have it because obviously there's no imminent threat.
Absolutely. Once that imminent threat or that cone hits this area, nobody will insure anything. So at that point, it is too late. Obviously, you can protect what you can, but if you just think about what it would cost to replace anything you would not want to go without.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And you are in Estero.
Yes.
You are close to our studio, and we certainly appreciate you coming in today to talk to us
Absolutely.
about this very important
Thank you
issue.
for having me very, very much.
Thanks a lot.